Following Susan Boyle's remarkable performance on Britain's Got Talent in 2009, she shot to worldwide fame. With a substantial wealth exceeding $45 million, many have been curious about her activities since then. Has there been any indication of her wanting to step back into the limelight? Interestingly, information about Susan Boyle's present pursuits have been notably limited. So, what exactly happened to Susan Boyle? Life of Susan Boyle. Susan Boyle's remarkable story is a candid treatment to the idea that one should never judge a person based on appearances alone. When she decided to audition for the renowned British show at the age of 47, she defied society's arbitrary rules and expectations. Despite initial skepticism from both judges and spectators due to her unconventional appearance, Susan captivated everyone as soon as she began singing "I Dreamed a Dream." With just one note, she silenced her harshest critics and left an indelible mark with her soulful voice. The widely viewed audition clip vividly captures this pivotal moment in Susan's life, a moment when people's initial reactions transformed into awe and admiration. This transformative experience on Britain's Got Talent changed Susan's life forever, leading her to become a Grammy-winning artist who has sold more than 25 million records worldwide. Susan has been a target for bullying for as long as she can remember. It's been a rough journey for her, from her school days to adulthood. Despite the pain and the struggles, she has never given up. Growing up in Blackburn, West Lothian, Scotland, to immigrant parents from County Donegal, Ireland, Susan Boyle's rise to fame is a true rags-to-riches story. Her journey has been far from easy, marked by public breakdowns and difficult times, but she has persevered through it all. Susan Boyle's family. Susan Boyle's rise to fame is closely tied to the influence of her family on her music career. She comes from a background of Irish immigrants, and both her parents played pivotal roles in nurturing her love for singing. Despite her father working in mining, Susan inherited his musical talents as he was also a skilled singer who nearly made it big professionally. The loss of both parents deeply affected Susan, leaving her understandably devastated. Tragically, she also experienced the untimely death of one sister due to an asthma attack shortly after their passing, further compounding her grief. Faced with these consecutive losses, Susan found solace in channeling her emotions into music as she came to understand the fleeting nature of life. Susan's mother consistently provided unwavering support for her singing aspirations and played a vital role in inspiring Susan to audition for Britain's Got Talent despite going through emotional struggles. Stepping onto the stage with courage, despite personal challenges and attempts by show presenters like Michael Barrymore to distract her, demonstrated remarkable resilience during difficult times. Susan Boyle's journey to stardom was marked by further tragedy when she lost her mother, causing her singing voice to be profoundly affected and silenced for almost 2 years. The weight of these losses, combined with taking a break from performing, highlights the intricate and emotional complex nature of Susan Boyle's path towards success. School life. Right from the beginning, that dream felt like it was light years away, just as distant as the stars in the sky. Susan found herself as the youngest of 6 sisters and 4 brothers. When Bridget found out she was expecting her youngest child, she was already 47 years old and had very limited resources to support her growing family. Susan's birthing process was nearly life-threatening, and she was briefly deprived of oxygen, leading to her learning disabilities. This was the explanation she was given later in life, but as she reached the peak of her career, she discovered something completely different about her diagnosis. It's no surprise that school was not a fulfilling experience for her. She vividly remembered being mercilessly bullied by her peers and teachers. During an interview, she openly shared the struggles she faced in keeping up with a system that prioritized speed and quick learning. In her own words, she expressed, "I was a slow learner. I'm just a little slower at picking things up than others. So you get left behind in a system that just wants to rush on, you know? That was what I felt was happening to me." When she couldn't keep up with her academics, she faced harsh punishments. Susan's experience at her old school was nothing short of a nightmare. Her teachers, who were unprofessional and lacked understanding of learning disabilities, resorted to physical abuse when she struggled with tests and assignments. The bullying didn't stop there. Her classmates labeled her Susie Simple and relentlessly taunted her with hurtful remarks both in and out of the classroom. It was a toxic environment that took a toll on her mental well-being. During an interview with the Daily Mail, the singer openly shared her harrowing experience of being bullied and physically punished in school. She did not hold back as she recounted multiple instances of the torment she endured, expressing that it made her school life nearly intolerable. She bravely admitted that the bullying hindered her personal growth and posed additional challenges on her academic path. When Susan Boyle graced the stage at Britain's Got Talent, it was her quiet, yet powerful way of proving wrong those who had doubted her and told her she would never achieve anything significant. Her performance served as a satisfying form of retaliation against all those who had underestimated her. Later on, Susan penned and performed a song for her debut album entitled "You'll See," which stood as a poignant reminder to the individuals who had tormented and belittled that despite their cruelty, she prevailed. Nevertheless, Susan's path to triumph wasn't devoid of hurdles. In 2011, Susan disclosed an incredibly distressing experience from her childhood that hadn't been previously made public. She revealed that aside from coping with undiagnosed learning disabilities, she also wrestled with epilepsy. The mishandling of the epilepsy diagnosis by medical professionals, coupled with misunderstandings from both parents and teachers, exasperated these challenges. Susan candidly shared her experience of having seizures in school, which only made her a target for bullies who taunted and laughed at her instead of offering support. At home, she faced a similar lack of understanding and help when dealing with the troublesome episodes. Despite graduating from school with minimal qualifications due to an unspecified learning challenge, Susan struggled to find stable employment opportunities because this condition remained unaddressed. Undeterred, she continued performing locally while nurturing hope and solace. However, greater tragedy struck. Despite being assured that pursuing a career in music would bring courage and fulfillment through perseverance, she was met with challenges she didn't think possible, but strove hard nonetheless. Susan's mental health. Susan Boyle's life has been shaped by a series of obstacles, starting with an early misdiagnosis that had profound impact on her childhood. Born deprived of oxygen and incorrectly labeled as partially brain damaged, she faced unfair treatment for much of her upbringing. This misunderstanding created a hostile environment during her school years, where she endured relentless bullying and teasing due to being perceived as slow. As a result, she left school without many qualifications under the shadow of this inaccurate judgment. The pivotal moment in Susan's understanding of her own condition came from gaining widespread attention for her appearance on Britain's Got Talent, when she was accurately diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism known for affecting social skills. This revelation provided significant insights into Susan's personality, explaining her extreme shyness and the performance anxiety that regularly affects her. Despite initial misunderstandings stemming from Susan's misdiagnosis, it became clear that she possessed exceptional cognitive abilities and a remarkable IQ. Nonetheless, The challenges associated with Asperger's syndrome were apparent in her difficulties navigating new social environments and managing stress. These struggles came to light following an emotional breakdown after the Britain's Got Talent finale, leading to her being detained under the Mental Health Act and admitted to a private clinic for much-needed rest and recuperation. The repercussions extended beyond reality TV, capturing government attention and sparking broader discussions about the psychological impact contestants encounter. This raised important questions about whether participants should undergo psychological evaluations before participating in intense shows like Britain's Got Talent. Susan Boyle's boyfriend. At 53 years old, Susan Boyle's romantic journey is a testament to the surprising nature of love at any age. Despite experiencing a brief encounter with romance in her 20s, she embarked on her real first romantic relationship at the age of 53, disproving the notion that love has an age limit. Her early attempt at love was cut short when her father played the role of a discerning guardian and deemed her not quite ready for such complexities due to maturity factors. Fast forward to 2014. Susan found herself entangled in another possibility of love with an American doctor who was considered by many as the epitome of a perfect gentleman. However, despite well wishes and optimism surrounding this new relationship, it didn't culminate into lasting connection due to practical considerations. Coming from a sizable Roman Catholic family as the youngest among 9 siblings, Susan's upbringing reflects her desire to create family through adoption. Expressing heartfelt aspirations about adopting a child despite being unable to have children of her own shows genuine intent rooted in providing care and support that she may have missed during her own upbringing. Susan emphasizes wanting to give back by adopting a child who doesn't have much and giving them something meaningful. She acknowledges potential obstacles, but remains undeterred in navigating through complexities like gaining approval from social services for adoption. Susan Boyle continues to live in her family's unassuming home, away from the public eye, despite being quite wealthy. She doesn't prioritize luxury cars or grand mansions. Instead, she has chosen to stay in her family home and share it with her cherished feline companion. This genuine decision reflects Boyle's candid approach to life as she values simplicity and authentic connections. In 2015, rather than indulging in extravagant purchases like many celebrities do, Susan opted to expand her property holdings by acquiring the neighboring property with a delightful plan of combining both plots to create her dream home. Her authentic and down-to-earth approach sets Susan apart from traditional celebrity lifestyles. Even though she briefly owned a villa valued at nearly $400,000, affectionately nicknamed the Posh House by friends, Susan found more satisfaction in staying true to their roots at their beloved childhood residence. Susan Boyle encounters some difficulties behind the scenes. Despite shining brilliantly on stage and confidently responding to Simon Cowell's eye roll, she struggles with maintaining composure when she's not performing. In an interview with the Daily Mail, Susan openly admitted that offstage, her behavior can be challenging due to her Asperger's syndrome. She humorously refers to herself as the only artist who needs a leash, and playfully describes herself as King Kong's mother, acknowledging that there are times when it gets so intense that controlling her behavior feels like a handful. Susan's weight loss journey. Boyle is openly making a concerted effort to better manage her emotions while dealing with her diagnosis. Since learning of the diagnosis, she has discovered strategies for coping with it. Realizing that walking away often proves to be the most effective approach, valuable wisdom that resonates with many people in various places of life. Like numerous others, Susan Boyle has grappled with weight and health challenges. The pivotal moment arrived in 2014 when she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. This prompted Boyle to take her well-being seriously, even if it meant implementing difficult lifestyle changes such as giving up sweet treats and cakes, a sentiment echoed by many on similar health journeys. Instead of avoiding the issue, Boyle embraced guidance from healthcare professionals and committed herself to the hard work needed to improve her health. And what resulted? A remarkable weight loss of nearly 30 pounds, undoubtedly a positive development celebrated by her doctors. With unwavering dedication to health, along accompanied by touches of humor, Susan Boyle becomes even more endearing, amid understandably prioritizing her well-being over temporarily setting aside her singing career for this essential journey. Renowned for her exceptional singing ability, Susan Boyle has consistently demonstrated her flawless vocal talent across a wide range of musical projects over the years. Her seventh album, A Wonderful World, which was launched in 2016, is a true reflection of her endearing artistry and has captivated fans. With its diverse selection of songs, Boyle's album features timeless classics such as When You Wish Upon a Star. What sets this album apart are the two remarkable duets she participated in. First up was a collaboration with singer-songwriter Michael Bolton to give their own contemporary spin on the beloved melody, Somewhere Out There. The second duet was even more extraordinary. It featured Boyle alongside the legendary Nat King Cole on his classic track, When I Fall in Love. This one-of-a-kind partnership marked an iconic moment for Susan Boyle, as she not only showcased herself as an artist, but also expressed deep honor and genuine privilege at being recognized as one of Britain's first artists to perform alongside Cole's vocals. Breaking away from traditional tunes, Susan ventured into covering songs by modern favorites, including Madonna's Like a Prayer. Her self-proclaimed admiration for Madonna added versatility to her musical repertoire. In 2019, continuing her journey through music-making activities that celebrate significant milestones, like debuting 10 years earlier under 10, marking yet another landmark release, showcasing both previously released tracks alongside fresh ones, allowing fans once again reveling in timeless voice stylings that characterize Susan Boyle throughout her entire career.